of my ordination. Probably the part that I remember the most is right when you go and you lay prostrate on the marble of the sanctuary, and you just lay in there, and the theology being you're giving your life, you're laying down your life for others. But really, that whole time, then people are praying for you, and you got the litany of the saints, and they're pray for these holy men, etc. And it was just a real moving time, and you recognize that in a special way now, while we're all called to serve, that we have been called to serve within the church, and have the whole church kind of supporting you and praying for you in that manner. I think it's been a lasting impact on my diaconate service. So I've been a deacon almost a big whopping 1 year now. And in that time, there have been a couple of things that I've done within our community. One is working with folks that are divorced and teens of divorced families, and you can recognize in them their struggles and their pain and their suffering, as well as an opportunity to talk with some folks who are addicted to whether it be drugs or alcohol. And in a particular way, even within my business now, I'm an accountant, because I'm now a deacon and people recognize that vocation, if you will, they've actually opened up to me more about some of the struggles in their everyday lives. So I think it's in those ways that you have these opportunities to talk with people, to meet with people, to see their struggles, and it helps you to put a face, if you will, to these kind of difficult things that people go through. Harmony, born of all we've known together. So one of the gifts that I received when I was ordained, I think it's called Homilists for the Homeless. And it's actually a 3-set series. It has each cycle of the liturgical season. And there's a homily in there for every week. So it's not like a commentary. They're actual homilies that have been written by famous homilists. And they're not always on, say, the homeless, but they're on, they're written and geared towards those who are marginalized in society. And as I prepare a homily now, that is one of the resources I generally will go to. Pray on it, see what's speaking to me within the scriptures. But I like to go through and read those because it gives me a perspective on the particular passages for that particular weekend that may be more in line with somebody who is less fortunate, or again, struggling, whether it be with an addiction or poor, marginalized, etc. And that's really opened the scriptures up for me, if you will, a bit, and given me a new perspective into them. Let me be your servant. Let me be as Christ to you. I think part of it is just being present. So, being someone who is out every day in the community, and prior to becoming ordained, someone who was a coach, a dad. I work in this community as well, and so folks within the community have known me, and we'll call it the secular kind of realm. But then add to that the gift of ordination, and it opens up opportunities to have conversations with people within, not always only within the church setting, but also out in in our everyday work life, etc. And in specific ways, I guess a couple of things I know, assisting with funerals and being there for people when when they're struggling. Again, as I mentioned in one of the earlier questions, working with those who are divorced, helping people with annulments, and again, being present at the various things that we do at the parish, whether it be the fish fry or Stations of the Cross during Lent, etc., and continuing to reach out to people and draw them in to the church in a manner that perhaps even with the deacons a little bit different than priests. They can relate that I have the everyday family struggles that they have as well.